Hello there everybody, Sam Strains here, welcome back to the Railway and welcome back to another episode of the Model Railway News. This is the June edition, and as we watch the world slowly get back onto its feet, we see loads and loads of progress in the model railway world, which of course translates to loads of news. So strap yourself in, there's lots to see today. I'm going to start, as I always do, with a little bit of an update from Hornby. Now, where the new stock is concerned, there's not an awful lot to talk about. However, there are lots of products coming into stock over the next few weeks. First of all, we have the first two versions of the 61XX Large Prairie that Hornby are producing. This is a brand new model, all new tool, and it's supposed to be released over the next few weeks, maybe even already by the time this video goes out. It is only the first couple of versions. As I said, it's the BR Black variants, as you can see here. Those are coming first, although the others are supposed to be following over not too long. The price is actually really quite good for those if you consider that they're a brand new tooled model, £126, so at the very least that is competitive. And if you want to check any of this stuff out to date, there are going to be affiliate links down in the description for you. This is the next model due for release pretty soon. It's the centenary version of the Smokey Joe model, designed to replicate the 1983 original release, and this is Smokey Joe as we've never seen him before. Don't forget, it's got the enhanced livery, it's got extra details, and it's also going to be released in a gloss livery for I think the first time ever, so that should be quite interesting. Again, those are reasonably priced to say it's such a special model, available from Hattons for just £39.99, so again, reasonable at the very least. Also, there are some new HST variants which are coming into stock. Again, they might even be in stock already by the time this video goes out, but if not, it's over the next few weeks. There's this very, very eye-catching network rail version coming into stock. That should be great to see. And there's also this interesting mix of the blue and grey, the traditional livery, and also the Great Western green as well. Those are priced at £261 each though, so quite a lot of money, not really something that I can just pick up to review. But if that's something you've been looking for, obviously it's good news for you. Also, good news regarding Hornby. Hattons have reopened pre-orders for some of Hornby's really popular models that they announced at the start of the year. So you can now make pre-orders for the Hush Hush. I know a lot of people were interested in those. The APT apparently has got pre-orders open, and also the Coronation coaches as well, which do look fantastic. Obviously last month we saw some updates on those. So if you missed your chance to pre-order some of those models when they were first released, you do have a chance to do so now, although bear in mind they are very popular, so they might disappear quite quickly. Again, Hattons is your chap for that one if you're interested. Also, as ever, Hornby's latest edition of the Engine Shed blog has been chock full of information. First of all, an update on Hornby's amazing fundraiser for NHS charities by means of their special edition Class 66 number 66731 Captain Tom Moore. Now, 3,500 of these models basically sold out on pre-order straight away, and the number of people on the cancellation waiting list, these are just the people that have their names down in the event that one of these pre-orders is going to get cancelled, is close to that number as well apparently. And with that fundraiser, Hornby have raised £140,000, which is absolutely fantastic. The latest Engine Shed blog shows the first sample images, and the logo does look fantastic. So if you're able to pick one of those up, well done. It's great to support the NHS, of course, and obviously the model is looking great, so you've got something to look forward to there. Also, there's been a big update on Hornby's Mark 1 buffet restaurant coaches. These are the brand new tooled ones, of course. It includes a detailed account of how they came to be in real life, of course, as well as incredibly detailed CAD showing both the interior and the exterior of the models. As you can tell looking at them, they look super detailed, don't they? Of course they do. And there's also some fantastic looking samples as well, so it's just great to see how that project's coming along. Also, my new favourite feature has been included as well, that being the decoration guide, so that you can see what the liveries are going to look like on these coaches. And there are quite a lot of versions as well. I do particularly like that southern green version, which looks really good, doesn't it? The same is true for Hornby's Class 370 APT. It seems as though there's been lots of progress going on with that project as well. They've shared tons of their research, including drawings, period photos of the real thing, and obviously the lengthy design process, which has been going on now for quite some time. They've also revealed some fascinating renders of the design, which are sort of translucent bodies showing the interiors as well as the exteriors. Those demonstrate really what complex models these are going to be, and once again incredibly detailed. You can see, well, there's all sorts of information revealed by these really. You've got not only the interior detail, but obviously the mechanism and how that's going to look as well. We don't normally find out very much about Loco's mechanisms before we have them in our hands post-release, so that is really exciting to see. The APT, they may be expensive, but they're going to be something special, aren't they? That is for sure. There's also some great shots of them testing an early sample. You can really quite clearly see the tilting mechanism in action, can't you? Which again is a magical feature, isn't it, really? Hopefully that will work well, of course. It's clear that an awful lot of work has gone into this project. Can't wait to see it come into fruition now, and hopefully they'll be worth every penny. Next up then, an exciting update from Hattons with regards to their O-gauge range. This update just missed my last model railway news video, but here it is now anyway. Their O-gauge A4s are now in stock. There's a link below in the description if you want to check those out. They are priced at £750, which is obviously a lot of money, although bear in mind in O-gauge that is actually a really good price. So if that's something you're interested in, check it out. There are many variations available right now in stock, different liveries of course. We've got the L&ER silver there, which looks fantastic. Garter blue, BR blue, and also a BR green, which looks really fetching. So it's all of the classic A4 liveries. Like I say, if you're interested in just looking at them, and I just love looking at those things, do check them out because, as I say, they are now available. So the other day I spotted quite an interesting update on Rails of Sheffield's website. Remember those 060 Electrotren locomotives that I reviewed? They were really cheap and really good quality as well. Well, check this out. 2 new versions have arrived on Rails of Sheffield website, seemingly out of the blue. They are this one, Molly, so you've got a named version there, and also number 7 in this NCB livery. Just like the previous Baracaldo loco I looked at, you can check it out there if you want to see it. They're very reasonably priced, less than £60 or £54.50 to be exact. So do check out my review and consider picking one of those up if you like. They are really, really good for the money. And when people ask me what loco should I start out with, that is probably quite high on the list because they're very well detailed and quite inexpensive as well. So cool, great to see that those are still being made. You can also see that Rails have posted an update on their upcoming Wainwright D-Class, which caused a huge stir when it was announced last year. Namely, this update is the second engineering prototype. The developments are clear. As you can see, the model is taking shape beautifully, and hopefully it won't be too long now until we see it finished. The decorated samples are supposedly due in August, and I think that's going to be the moment where we can really see what these locos are going to be like in the flesh. In the update, they did say that the project has been slowed slightly by obviously recent world events, but they're still hoping that the release date won't be delayed too much, so maybe we will be seeing those by the end of the year. Fingers crossed, because they do look awesome, and hopefully they'll get a price announced as well. They're still saying less than £200. I think as soon as they do announce a price, I might go ahead and pre-order one of those. Not sure what version to go for though, because there are loads and loads, so do let me know down in the comments what you think is the nicest. Next up then, I'm talking about a brand that I've never talked about before. This is an Irish brand. It's a retailer really, but recently, over recent years, they have produced some of their very own models. The brand is Murphy Models, and they have a brand new model coming into stock at Hattons over the next month or two. So it is the CIE Class 121, not to be confused of course with the British Railways Class 121. It's not a DMU, passenger DMU or anything like that. It's completely different. These are diesel electric locomotives, in fact, manufactured during the early 1960s, and they were used on the Irish railway network until 2008. So the model is priced quite reasonably at £149.50, that's it, and it features lots of detail variations including directional lighting, pre-fitted speakers, a 5-pole motor with twin flywheels, and lots of high-spec detail. So if you're interested in picking up an Irish model, that might be something to go for. A lot of people have suggested trying some Irish sort of locos and rolling stock to me, so maybe I'll be trying that at some point as well, but definitely one to keep your eye on. It's a bit of something different and quite interesting, I think. The samples were revealed over the summer of 2019. Here they are if you missed those. It's been a while since we've seen any more. I don't know if there are sort of painted samples around. Maybe I'll have to have a look, see if I can find some. If there are some, I will no doubt put some pictures in. Again, if you're interested in those, I will pop a link down in the description for you. Next up then, very, very quickly, I just wanted to share a photo with you because KR Models on their Facebook page posted this fantastic looking photo of the GT3, and I just can't resist showing it to you. It emphasises, I think, what a strange locomotive the gas turbine really was. It's completely bizarre, isn't it? But it also demonstrates, of course, what a great looking model this is going to be. Those are due quite soon. Well, they were last we heard, so hopefully it won't be too long until I get one of those up the loft and we can do a proper look at it, and hopefully I'll be able to review it for you. Again, something I'm really looking forward to. Man, there have been a lot of great updates this time. Next up then, a very exciting bit of news. This is particularly exciting for me because I'm actually going to be involved in this one. worldofrailways.co.uk have announced their World of Railways virtual exhibition. They're actually doing a proper virtual model railway exhibition over the weekend, the 4th and 5th of July. As I say, I'll be involved. I'm taking part in quite an exciting challenge, so stay tuned on this channel, and of course do check out the World of Railways website over that weekend. It's going to be free to attend on the website, so do check it out if you're interested. There's going to be an awful lot happening, so it should be a lot of fun. Now then, we're on to my favourite segment of these news videos, although quite sadly this will be the last time I do this because YouTube sadly are discontinuing the polls from the videos. Either way, I thought I would revisit for the last time some of your answers from the various polls. First of all then, by popular request, I bought and reviewed the DJM/Kerno 1361 class, and I thought it was much better than the Helgen version. That was what I thought, but I asked you guys which model you preferred. And this is the result. Look at this. I don't think I've ever seen such a walkover. Only 3% preferred Helgens. Completely overwhelming. Yes, I think we can quite safely say that was a walkover. And I agree, I think the DJM version was much better. The performance was a little bit iffy, but besides that, the model was far better and cheaper as well. Next up, I did a review on a great value Hornby TTS Tornado locomotive. I asked whether you guys would rather buy a basic model, such as a Hornby Railroad loco with the TTS sound, or whether you'd rather buy a slightly more detailed version of the same model but without the sound. The result interested me quite a lot actually, because most people opted for the less detailed sound version, as you can see there, which just shows how popular TTS sound is. Next up, I did a review of the Krupp K5 railgun by Hornby, or Rivarossi. I asked you guys to rate the product, and here is the response from you guys, with an average user rating of 8.2 out of 10, and that is slightly higher than my rating of 7.62 out of 10, so maybe I'm a bit harsher than you guys are. Yeah, it was a great model. It was quite basic as far as the detail went, but it looked fantastic from any sort of distance, and the performance was top notch, so I really like that. Check out the K5 railgun if you want to see that video. Next up, I reviewed a USA locomotive for the first time in quite a long while. It was, of course, the Bachmann Spectrum Russian Decapod. Like the K5, I asked you guys to rate the loco. Most people chose 4-star, as you can see, and if you average it all out, the user rating comes out at 7.35 out of 10. Again, it's a little bit higher than mine. I rated mine 6.68, so just a little bit lower. Overall, the level of detail was quite impressive. The mechanism, as is often the case from Bachmann, left quite a lot to be desired. But generally speaking, I did enjoy running the loco, and it's a welcome addition to the collection. Okay, finally then, I did a video all about saddle tanks. I just had a little interesting question on my mind, so I popped it in there. I asked whether you guys preferred saddle or side tank locomotives, just to throw a question out there. And here's the result. It was quite close, as you can see, but saddle tanks just about won with 54% of the votes. So if you disagree with that, make sure you make your voice heard in the comments. Anyway, that is just about it for this episode of the Model Railway News. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, if there's anything that I didn't mention that you think I should have mentioned, do let me know what that was in the comments, and I will consider that for next month. For now though, you look after yourselves. Hope you have a great month of modelling, and I will see you very, very soon with some more videos. Alright folks, you take care.